Transgenic animals are animals that have been genetically modified through the addition of a foreign gene into their genome. Foreign genes can be from the same species or from a different species. This allows for a new trait to be introduced to the animal or for the modification of an existing characteristic. Transgenic animals have many uses within society, including to research human diseases, to make industrial or consumer products, to create pharmaceutical products for human therapeutic use, to enrich animal interactions with humans, to enhance food quality traits, and to improve animal health. How are transgenic animals created? The most common method is through microinjection of DNA. The piece of DNA is inserted into the animal's egg at a random location on the genome using microinjection equipment. The fertilized eggs are then collected before the maternal and paternal nuclei have fused. A pipette penetrates the male nucleus where the transgene DNA is injected. The eggs are then implanted into a foster female mouse. 3 weeks later, pups are born, but not all will have the transgene. To test for the transgene, a small sample is taken from the tail and analyzed. This step is important in order to gain a line of animals that have the new gene. Xenotransplantation involves transplanting organs or tissues between members of different species and is currently being developed to combat the shortage of human organs available. Currently, pigs are the preferred donor species as their organs are of a similar size to humans. One of the issues being presented here is the emerging industry of experiments involving GMO animals, which have been resulting in the torture and death of thousands of animals. Evidence of this can be seen in Germany, where experiments using genetically modified animals have nearly tripled in the past 10 years. The prospect of xenotransplantation being turned into a commercial industry has created financial inducement for biotechnology companies, who have invested millions of dollars into the practice. The process involves crossing the natural barriers of skin and organs, and whilst it may seem a logical solution, there are many potential risks associated. As consumers, we are only ever exposed to the benefits of such practices involving transgenic animals. However, we need to consider the high failure rate of creating a transgenic animal and judge whether the benefits outweigh the harm caused. Some argue that the creation of animals not naturally occurring is unethical. Theologians hold the belief that mankind has become too rebellious in developing unnatural entities. When considering the nature of an animal, the concept of telos devised by Aristotle is relevant, referring to the essence and purpose of an animal which should be respected at all times. In biomedical research, animals are often subject to painful surgical procedures and are tortured before they die. A large number of animals that undergo transgenic procedures do not survive, and if they do, less than 30% of embryos contain the transgene. The procedure is inefficient, with excess animals being exposed to harmful measures. With transplantation, there is always the risk of a deadly zoonotic disease being transmitted. The outbreak of such a disease could cause a widespread epidemic. Another issue is who will be able to access these technologies. Due to excessive commercialization by companies, consumers will not be given full insight into the practice and how it is carried out. If animal and human DNA are blended within the genome, should these animals be given rights and special protection? In order to decipher this, a universal definition of human needs to be developed to assess whether these entities are given the same rights. Critics believe that all animals are entitled to have their genetic code remain the same, no matter if owned by humans or not. The exact definition of what is considered natural is not clear. There is no rule that states all that is man-made is bad and all that is natural is good. Mankind has always taken action to survive, building man-made structures, constructing dams and fighting diseases, all of which have been beneficial. Scientists believe that the benefits of this practice are innumerable. Some of their reasoning includes transgenic animals are valuable in discovering and developing new treatments and cures for diseases. Animal welfare issues are no different than those associated with other animals used in research, and the use of transgenic animals in research is always under stringent control.
Created using Powtoon.